I have one thing to say, guys. March 31st, 2013. Game of Thrones Season 3 premiere. March 31st, 2013. I am going to be reviewing that. Okay? You better believe it. All of you guys that like Game of Thrones, not going to be disappointed. I'm going to do reviews on Game of Thrones Season 3 to the best of my abilities. I have been watching this series since it came out, and it caused me last year to pick up the books. And I have caught up on every single book. I finished Dance with Dragons about around summer last year. Not sure exactly when last year, but I finished it a good while ago. Dance with Dragons. I have to say I absolutely love the whole Song of Ice and Fire series. I think it's amazingly written. It's actually my favorite series of books that I have ever read. Period. Unrivaled by anything I have ever read. So I'm completely in love with the stories. In this video, I'm just going to be going over some of the new characters. I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as I possibly can, because I understand a lot of people aren't even reading the books. They're just watching the series from season to season, which I highly discourage. Guys, pick up the books, okay? If you don't want to start from book 1, don't start from book 1. Start from book 3. It's one book per season. So if you've been following the series, then start book 3 right now. Book 3. Or just start fresh from book 1. I suggest that you do. I honestly do, because this I am not a heavy reader of any sort, guys. But I have to say that these books kept me captive. I was reading these freaking things, trying to drive and read. I was like driving and reading the book at the same time. I couldn't stop reading it. Okay? It's that good. Alright. So, Season 3, Game of Thrones. Go pick up the books, but Season 3, there are going to be a couple new characters added to the cast that if you haven't read, I'm assuming you haven't read, you have not ever heard about these characters. I'm just going to give you a quick, just going to tell you the name of them and a little bit about them. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just here to hype it up. I'm here to hype it up, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. All right, Queen of Thorns. Queen of Thorns. That's gonna be Marjorie Tyrell and Loras Tyrell, their grandmother. Now this woman is crafty. This is an old woman, but she has power. Power. She's very, very, very powerful. Not because of what she controls per se, but because of her mind. She's very, very crafty. And again, in Game of Thrones, there is no clear-cut good and evil. So you can put her on any side of the block. But I mean, the more simple mind, I guess you'd call her good. But she does her fair share of fucked up things. Next on the list, one of my favorite characters in this series by far. Brynden Blackfish Tully. Brynden Blackfish Tully. If you have read the books, you will jizz when I say this name. Brynden Blackfish Tully. That's all I'm going to say, because he is one of my favorite characters. One of my, by far, favorite characters. Probably top 3. And one of these days I'm probably going to do a sort of character review where I tell you my top couple favorite characters from Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire. But for now, Brynden Blackfish Tully. I'm not gonna tell you anything about him, but obviously he's he's related to obviously he's a Tully. I think he's Catelyn's uncle. So it's gonna be pretty nice. That's really good stuff. Jojen Reed and Meera Reed. I'm probably in the minority when I say that they are not some of my favorite characters. I'm not really a huge fan of Brandon Stark. I'm not really a huge fan of him, so they're kind of ranking down there with as far as my character tier list would be concerned. They're ranking far down in the list, and I'm not really that concerned. But if you don't know, they're pretty much accompanying Bran as he tries to cross the wall, etc. Let's just leave that untalked about. For the most part, Selyse Baratheon. So Lise Baratheon, this is Stannis Baratheon's wife. She is very insignificant, and she's just, one word to describe her would be a bitch. She does have a part to play. She has a part to play, but I don't think in this series she's gonna have a huge part to play, unless in the actual series, the TV series, they change it around. Cause I've heard that they're going to not necessarily add new things that happen and take them away, but they're gonna kind of alter the story to make it more audience friendly, to make it more, not audience friendly per se, but they're gonna try to make it more exciting. So you might see the mixed books and whatnot, because if you're not aware, if you haven't read the books kind of take a weird. The books aren't in chronological order. Let's say they're kind of mixed up when you get towards the third and fourth. Around those, they're kind of the events in the third and fourth book. I believe they happen at the same time, so we really don't. And they're for the most part unrelated. Everything kind of comes together in the later books, though. But we'll leave that for another time. Shireen Baratheon. This is Stannis' daughter. Now, if there was an example of an insignificant character, it would be her. She doesn't really do much, but it's going to be exciting to see her in the series. I believe she has a grayscale, which hasn't really tied into the story quite yet. And you guys that have been just watching don't know what grayscale is, but it's basically, this is not really. I mean, it's not a spoiler, to be honest. It's just something about the universe. Grayscale is a disease that basically, from my understanding, turns your flesh to stone. Like, not literally, but your flesh gets hard and gray. So they call it grayscale. And it's a fatal disease, but they found a way to stop it. There are some ways to stop it, but for the most part, it's unconquerable. So it's going to be interesting to find out, because we really haven't had an explanation of her grayscale, her grayscale experience, so to speak, even in the books. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So guys, go ahead and leave some comments if you'd like to see me review. If you're actually planning to watch my Game of Thrones reviews, leave me some comments, subscribe, do all that, guys. I'm thinking of doing a rereading or a chapter summaries and reviews of chapters, and I might just start from one and go all the way down. I really wouldn't mind doing it for any viewers out there that would enjoy that kind of thing. So go ahead and leave your comments. Game of Thrones, I might do chapter reviews. I'm definitely doing the series review, though, on March 31st, 2013, guys. That's going to be all for now. Zaladin Palantir, go ahead and leave some comments and whatnot, guys. Alright, peace out.